1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Cameras. Oh, this one's a bit wonky, hey? There we go. Cameras. Oscilloscope. Cam. We are cooking. Oh, that's got some personal information on this one. Number 11. Okay, let's start. I love it. First comment, bro, comes in here with a okay, let's start. Sud here. AMPS. What's cooking, bro? Homo erectus. How's it going, bro? Vegas, what's going on? What's going on, all you guys? How you doing? Sip my cheeky hot chocolate right here. And we'll dive straight into a repair. Got a few bits for you tonight. We've got a couple of bass face amplifiers. Got a JL Audio JX series little 250/1, I think it is. And we've also got a little plate amplifier from an active sub. See how many of these we can get through. Greetings from South Africa. How's it going, my man? Right, now this guy says that I can just do a little bit of a cover up. This one was connected 12 inches, 1 times 1300 watts 1 ohm, 1 times 1300 watts 1 ohm into the amplifier like so. Does that mean he ran it at 0.5? This definitely suggests, they got a name there, that's fine. This definitely suggests that this was run at 0.5, 2 times in the S12s, 1 times 1300 watts RMS at 1 ohm. So I would say that this is a mono amp, possibly ran at 0.5 if these subs were dual 2s. We have a cooked power supply section. This is becoming a bit of a theme with these actually, and I have noticed a design flaw, which we'll speak about in a bit. Let's just see if I can sort out this color a little bit. Color space. Gotta sort out the color space so it's a bit nicer. So it looks a little bit too high contrast to me. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit too high contrast. Let's go for full color. That's a little bit better. How about this setting right here? It's a slightly different color tone. Oh no, definitely not whatever that one is. Okay, now let's just go default. Let's see if I've got any filters set on this. Color correction. Ah, here we go. Yeah, color correction. So let me just nab the contrast. Ah, that's better. It was way too contrasty. And you can see the black of the heatsink a little better there now. Gamma. Saturation. Forenation. Brightness. Yeah, let's cook with that. That's fine. So yeah, we've got a cooked power supply down here, nice and toasty as you can see. So we're going to whip this out of the heatsink without any messing around. I might even grab the zipper down here to get it done quicker, seeing as we are undoing. I don't like using electric power screwdrivers for doing these up, because the heatsinks are made of aluminium and they're very, very soft, and you need to be able to feel when it suddenly goes righty-tighty to righty-loosey. And if you're using one of these, then it's really easy to just snap screws or just round off the threads in these heat sinks. So I always just go straight up and use a manual driver, apart from when I'm undoing, which is fine to use an electric one. What's up, Mr. Simavo2? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. What are you guessing about? Hello, I clicked on my homepage and you appeared. Glad to see you. That's how we roll, on your homepage. On a, what is it, Tuesday night? Tuesday night homepage things. Alright, sweet. Yeah, 2 streams close together. I'm trying to get back on the stream train a little bit. The problem is doing stream just does make stuff take longer, but with these last couple of streams I'm trying to still work at my normal pace but bring you guys along for the journey at the same time. Is it only me or is it lagging? How is my voice? Is my voice in sync with the video? It should be, because I thought I solved that issue last time. Hoping to see my Smart 5K here, on here. Oh, is that the one with the MCU coming from Tyrams? Hasn't arrived yet, but I've got all the other parts for it. So if I run out of stuff to do, I can fit the other parts in and wait for the MCU. Got a bit of hot chocolate on the go. Be rude not to, really, wouldn't it? In sync, not flummoxed. In sync. Yeah, the synchronization between the voice and the video seems to fluctuate a little bit depending on the day, or I don't know. It's random. So I'll sync it up perfectly one day, and then the next time I stream it will be slightly out. Sine wave. You will never get this. La 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 la. You will never get this. I'll make sure of that. Right. So yeah, cooked power supply. Got the smoothest 60 FPS you've ever seen in your life. This camera is supposedly set to 60 FPS, by the way. So just thought I'd throw that in there for you. But I think what it is I think that the actual HDMI output from the camera is not 60 FPS. It's 30. Whereas the capture card can support up to 60. I think the camera output is 1080i 30, so it's like interlaced. It's like really not great. So that's why it looks a bit like this. But this one's proper 60. Right, yeah. Remove the power supply FETs. Let's go. How's it going, Steve? Hello, hello, hello. It is actually kind of warm in here. Whenever I start streaming, my PC is like kicking out the 80 degrees Celsius CPU. And got the scope on, and got the lights on. Got the heat gun. Yeah, it's a bit toasty. Now, this actually only seems to have one half that's burned. Now, that doesn't mean that these aren't dead. I'm probably going to change them anyway. But I'm just curious, because this might signify... Ah, yeah, okay. These ones are not dead. Nope. I'm going to leave them in there for now, just to give myself a little bit less work to do for the time being on the stream. And these, I think, have a design flaw, which we're going to talk about in a minute when I fit this new FETs and new gate resistors. I'll show you what the design flaw is, because it caught me out the first time I repaired the power supply on one of these. And I sort of did the repair, and I was like, yeah, that's good to go. And but then during testing, I noticed, I was like, wait, why is it doing that? And then a power supply FET died, and I was like, why did a power supply FET die? I looked at it in detail on the scope, and I was like, oh damn. Sitting next to my open window, the heat isn't good. It's kind of getting cold in the UK now, isn't it? It's come around to September time, autumn vibes. Losing a bit of heat. What kind of amp is this? Looks like an SFB. Yes, basically it's probably the same build house as SFB. It's of that same family. This is a 2-channel Class D. It's 1500 watts. I think it's 1500 watts times 2. I think it might be like a 3K breached at 2 ohm, and 2 times 1500 at 1 ohm stereo. Yeah, hopefully it lasts a bit longer for you this time around as well. I can't actually remember, because it's been a while since I looked at that. I can't remember what happened with that. Was it a full rebuild? Output section failed? I think it had 4115, so I can't actually remember. Did I tell you what I thought was what happened with it? Are there new Proton videos coming soon? I don't know really, maybe. Proton's just kind of a daily. Don't even know what I'd do a video of. T-line door cars maybe? The thing is with the T-line door cars and the Proton is it's really hard to convey how they sound over video. So, like, me being me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to like videos and like, you know, how things are perceived over video. So I could just, you know, get the camera out, make a video, but it's not going to sound like anything over YouTube. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to sound like anything. If I was going to make a video of the Proton, I want to try and figure out a way, right, how am I going to portray how this sounds over a video. Do you have a number to call and send an amp? Says Canada. So basically, I live in the UK, so I only take on repairs from UK residents. I can't take work from overseas due to shipping costs, and also I'm not able to give any kind of warranty or anything like that, or help you out in any way, any after sales service. Yeah, and it's just kind of long and complicated and risky with postage. I just don't get involved in repairs from overseas. So if you're living in the UK, then yeah, man, let's go. Just send me a message on facebook.com/Bevids. Bevids Facebook account, and you can actually message me there if you're not in the UK and you just want some repair advice or some audio advice. It's cool. I'm actually chatting to people on there all day long, pretty much. So yeah, if you want to get a chat going, then ping me over a message. I'll try and reply best I can. Sometimes I read a message but I'm busy and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll reply to that later, and then just forget. So if I haven't replied to you, then ping me a reminder. SFB 8000 protection standard procedure, bro. That's what they do, those amps. Yeah, if you're in the UK, I can fix that for you, but if not, then there's plenty of good technicians in the US that could fix that for you as well. If I assume you're in the US. If you're not in the US, then if you're in South Africa, there's good techs in South Africa that I know of. If you're in Europe, I think there's some good techs in various parts of Europe. But if you're in anywhere else, if you're in Australia, you're kind of screwed. Unfortunately, I don't think there's that many people in Australia that are doing component level repair on these amplifiers. Kind of wish I could clone myself. You know what I'm waiting for, actually? I'm waiting for some company to develop a pair of humanoid sort of robotic hands that can be controlled remotely via internet connection. And so basically they can be somewhere, they can be in Australia, these hands, you can put them on the bench, just clamp them to the bench, and then over here in the UK I can have a VR headset, maybe with some haptic gloves or something like that, and I can basically repair amps in Australia remotely using these robotic hands and VR. I'm sure that probably already exists in some form, but it's going to be like £1 million. But then I could actually repair all your guys' amps in the States, in Australia, all that kind of stuff. I could do worldwide repair with a setup like that. Be pretty jokes. It's good. They only have that for surgery. It's called Da Vinci. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be like £1 million then. Maybe I can find one on the used market. You could call it like remote amp surgery or something like that. Where's my isopropanol? Here it is. Get up in here. So we've got to replace obviously power supply FETs and gate resistors, which you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 gate resistors. Now the driver for the power supply FETs is up here, and sometimes this will show visual signs of failure. Looks okay visually, but we'll have to obviously power it up with some new FETs in to identify whether that's actually survived or not. So let's just get the dead gate resistors off first. Just going to use the big iron for this. Makes it a bit quicker. You've got 10 ohm gates on these. So 1, and using the big iron like this also tins the pads at the same time. I think that pad has actually disappeared. That pad has burnt off. So we're going to have to do something interesting there. Yeah, that pad is no longer present. Okay. That's cool. We'll do something. We'll do something there. this one actually doesn't look burned, so I'm just going to check the resistance of that one. Have you fixed an amp on protection Sundown SFB 8000? Yes, yeah, definitely. It's output section failure. It's not necessarily too expensive to fix, but they are fiddly to fix. There's lots of things you need to know about them amps to fix them reliably. Yes, that's 10 ohms. I know it said 17, that's because I'm in diode mode and it reads off in diode mode, so I know 17 equals 10. Yeah, there's lots of specific things about the SFB amps and also any of those other clones from the same build house. When they fail that you've got to check, that are very easy to miss. The amplifier can actually be powering up and playing audio. You think, oh hey, everything's okay, but actually there's still a bunch of their components on there that are going to cause failure very soon if you don't notice it and replace them. So they can be tricky to repair. You have to really know what to look out for. But fortunately for you guys, I released an hour-long video on YouTube not too long ago going through exactly how to repair the Sundown SFB. So if you want to have a look at that video, my friend, to get an idea of what you need to do if you wanted to try and repair it yourself, for example, just type in Bearvid's Sundown SFB repair guide on YouTube, and it's for a 5K, but it's exactly the same as the 8K, just less parallel components, so it's exactly the same procedure. And yeah, you'll be able to see what needs doing from that video. Pad has left the chat. Yes, my friend, Pad has peaced out. Boost Addict says, yeah, you said full rebuild the whole board, just trying to improve my electrical. Yeah, so yeah, often I'll be able to identify why something has failed. Output section, yeah, it's just if it's an earlier Smart 5, then it will be the FETs will just probably a little bit close to their breakdown limit. San Diego in the house, what's up, bro? Sam, where can one go to get plexiglass back for the amp I have coming your way? I have no idea, I'm afraid, bro. Never really looked into that myself before. Not really something that I'm too fussed about myself, so never really looked at that myself. Don't really know. Bit of flux on here. 1, 2, 3. No. I'm just going to pop these first two in, and then we're going to look at the one with the missing pad, see what we can do there. One gate resistor. Two gate resistor. The third gate resistor pinned its ass under the transformer here, so let's just get that out. There it is. Considering some of the amps I've seen on your channel, do you consider those amps with the plexiglass back a fire hazard? I can't personally say that I have seen any plexiglass backs sort of melting or heating to the point where they may catch fire. However, that is a fair point that the internals of these amps can cause, can catch fire and can reach ludicrous temperatures enough to melt aluminium. So having everything enclosed in a metal case, metal box, is definitely what it should be, is definitely the correct way to do it. So having the plexi is definitely more of a fire risk than having a metal back, for sure. But the plexi back is typically always far enough away from those very, very hot components that is probably not super risk. This is a base phase 1500 1/2x2. It's a 2-channel Class D. Yeah, I'm just streaming, so I'll let you know. Alright, more FETs. So, need some H1 marked FETs, which I've got in here. Let's have a look. H1, H1. 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 Yeah, sweet. Would I expect that HD15K to get toasty in spots while you're using it? Probably not. No, it's using pretty efficient, pretty good IGBTs in the output section. Really, really good power supply FETs. So yeah, no, I don't think that the HD15K should get super toasty. But it does all depend on how you're using it. As a mechanical engineering major, I can confidently say that I still have no idea what an amp truly is. So I have a video that's very old on my channel from when I first started looking at amps that goes over how a car amplifier works. It's still mostly accurate. There's a couple of things I would change about it nowadays. Now I've got a bit more knowledge, but yeah, it's pretty accurate. And it just kind of goes over different sections of the amp, how it works, how it's turning 12 volts into something that can drive a speaker. So I'd recommend giving that a watch just to get yourself a rough idea. People seem to like that one. But it is an older video now, so it's at the old place with the old, very basic workshop. Oh yeah, no wonder it's not going through there. My guy in the chat says, recently built a DIY SPL meter. Surprisingly accurate, being 15 euros in parts. Nice. So you're using like the pressure sensor tech like the TermLab and the SPL labs are. That's pretty cool, my friend. I've known for a while now that those meters are not very expensive in parts, yet they sell them for ridiculous markup, which is understandable. There's only really 1 or 2 options. I think there's like 3 or 4 options now for SPL meters from various different brands, but they're all pretty expensive for what they are. It read 144 dB in a car that was metered 143. So not too bad then. They used a barometer. Doesn't that measure humidity? Interesting. Give us a bit more details about how you went about that. That's really interesting. Love to hear. Yeah, so this amp that I'm working on here is basically what Sundown would release if they released a SFB 1500.2, 1500 watts times 2 into 1 ohm, and 3K at 2 ohm bridge. It's the same build house as the SFBs and stuff like that. Got any issues with the Big Boss 8 yet? So yes, there are a couple of weak points actually on the Big Boss 8. So Big Boss 8, Taramps, unfortunately, not their fault, they had a bad run of rectifier diodes from their supplier. So some of the Big Boss 8s, and probably some of the other models as well, have been suffering with failed rectifiers, which are causing the power supply to blow because they're going short, and then the power supply FETs get overcooked. So yeah, really annoying and sad times, but that's one of them things, isn't it? So look out for that. The trace thickness on the Big Boss 8 for the power supply, the traces leading up to the power supply FETs, I'm not super convinced that they're thick enough. I don't think they're blowing by themselves. I don't think the traces are blowing open under normal current activity, under normal current loads, but it definitely is a bottleneck, a weak point of sorts. So, but yeah, not really any like drastic problems that I've come across in terms of, like, you know, really bad design flaws and stuff like that. There actually seem to be a really well designed circuit in terms of layout, definitely. Right, I'm just getting a little jumper connected over here to this resistor. I'm not sure exactly what build house the SFB is from. I don't know it by name. Okay, we're good. We have a little thingy there for the gate. Excellent. All right, let's just clean this up a little bit with a toothbrush, and then see if the drive circuit has survived. And then I'm going to talk you through why I think the power supply sections on these are failing so often. So plug in some power. A barometer is used to measure atmosphere pressure, but turns out it's fast enough to measure pressure changes in a car. Oh, nice! I see. I used Arduino Uno to transmit data from the barometer to my laptop and made a app on the laptop to read the pressure difference between the plus and minus peaks. That is very, very cool. That's a very cool project, man. Nice work. Love that. That's freaking dope. Deshan from South Africa, watched one of your old two-part videos. It helped me get through power stage rail voltages. Seem to be stuck on either buffer circuit or output MOSFETs or driver PCB. No, you'll get there, buddy. Okay, so drive circuit. What we're saying is the issue with this. Let's have a look. So, let's shove some power in. Okay, we have dead short still. Is that just my wire down here? Okay, so still a dead short, so maybe one of these other FETs was bad. Unless there's a solder bridge, maybe? I don't think so. Okay, well, let's see what one of those heats up. This one.